get very attached to everyone who comes here. Hey Emily! It's devastating when they die. It's as devastating as when you lose anyone that you love. Come on, pal. My name's Alexis Flemming. I run the Maggie Flemming Animal Hospice. I've been running the hospice for almost 3 years now. It was inspired when my friend Maggie, who was a bullmastiff, she died very suddenly in hospital from complications following surgery. And I couldn't be with her. And I think probably a lot of people relate to that. Not being able to be with someone that you love when they die was quite traumatic, and it just came into my head, the Maggie Flemming Animal Hospice. I almost died twice because I've got autoimmune diseases. I've got Crohn's disease, so I've recently had major surgery. I was given less than a week to live 2 months ago, and I think that really helps me so much with doing the hospice, because I know how I felt thinking it was almost my end, and I know that it's almost their end, so let's just make the most of it. And that really does help a lot to keep me going, is knowing that even at the end, there can be a lot of happiness. I've done end-of-life care for around 40 animals, mainly dogs, chickens and sheep, and I do end-of-life care to give them peace, comfort, friendship and dignity in death. Most of the animals who come here have been abandoned. We try to never turn anyone away if we can help it, but it's very important to do end-of-life care properly, so we have very small numbers. We only do end-of-life for 3 animals at any time. Most of the dogs who come have been dumped on the street or taken to the pound, some of them when they're very elderly, some of them when they're very young. Bran, he was dumped on the street when he was about 17. He had a tumour on his spleen. He was very psychologically and physically damaged. Bran came to us with 6 weeks to live, and that was just over 2.5 years ago. He's now 19 and a half. I don't know how long Bran's got left. Doing this kind of work, you realise that anything can happen at any time, and it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be a month from now. I just don't know. I think the worst thing is, like, if you spend so long worrying about them dying and then they do, and you've just spent time worrying about it. So I try not to, but I don't always succeed. But most of the time we just have a really good time, don't we, Bran? You know, what we want to do here is we want to show that there's another way. There's another way of doing end-of-life care, there's another way of viewing animals, there's another way of having a relationship with them, and most animals in our society are denied a peaceful life in death. That is the sad reality, is that most of them don't get that. And it doesn't have to be that way.